Hi everybody, welcome to Jin's Wall Street News. According to the National Federation of Independent Business, the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index decreased from 105.1 in December to 102.8 in January. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testified before the Senate Banking Committee Tuesday and he said, quote, "We do not need to be in a hurry to adjust the policy stance," unquote. 10-year Treasury yield rises to 4.54% as investors are waiting for the Consumer Price Index, scheduled to be released at 8:30 a.m. Wednesday. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 inched higher 0.03% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 0.28%. Supermicrocomputer expects current quarter's revenue to be between $5 billion and $6 billion, the midpoint of $5.5 billion, up 43% from a year ago, but down 2.7% sequentially. According to the National Federation of Independent Business, the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index decreased from 105.1 in December to 102.8 in January. The NFIB chief economist Bill Dunkelberg said, quote, "Overall, small business owners remain optimistic regarding future business conditions, but uncertainty is on the rise. Hiring challenges continue to frustrate Main Street owners as they struggle to find qualified workers to fill their many open positions. Meanwhile, fewer plan capital investments as they prepare for the months ahead," unquote. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testified before the Senate Banking Committee Tuesday, and he said, quote, "With the policy stance now significantly less restricted than it had been and the economy remaining strong, we do not need to be in a hurry to adjust the policy stance," unquote. Senator John Kennedy discussed the U.S. economy with Jerome Powell, quote, "Have we experienced a hard landing? Are we in a recession? I call that a soft landing. It seems to me that you and some of the ladies and gentlemen who are your colleagues at the Federal Reserve behind you deserve some credit for that. I'm not saying things are perfect, but I never imagined that a landing could be this soft." Yes, I strongly agree. 10-year Treasury yield fell last Wednesday as the U.S. trade deficit jumped 24% in December and U.S. services PMIs reported a slowdown in January. But the yield jumped last Friday as investors focused more on upward revision of job gains in November and December than the weaker-than-expected job growth in January. Then it moved up further as oil prices rose from Monday to Tuesday in the morning. Now investors are waiting for the U.S. Consumer Price Index, scheduled to be released at 8:30 a.m. Wednesday. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 inched higher 0.03% Tuesday, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 0.28%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq fell 0.36%. Supermicrocomputer announced its earnings on Tuesday after the bell. The company reported previous quarter's revenue in the range of $5.6 billion to $5.7 billion, the midpoint of $5.65 billion, up 54% from a year ago, less than its expectation from the previous guidance. Adjusted EPS was 59 cents, up 5% year over year, below its expectation from the previous guidance. For current quarter's revenue, the company expects a range of $5 billion to $6 billion, the midpoint of $5.5 billion, up 43% year over year, but down 2.7% sequentially. When it comes to the full year guidance, the company updates its revenue expectations from a range of $26 billion to $30 billion to a new range of $23.5 billion to $25 billion, the midpoint of $24.25 billion, up 63% on a yearly basis. Let's do the math. The company already announced that Q1 revenue was $5.95 billion, for Q2 net sales was $5.65 billion, and the company expects Q3 revenue to be the midpoint of $5.5 billion. If the company met its expectations, you get $7.15 billion for Q4 revenue, up 35% year over year. I can see some slowdown in the AI-related industry based on the numbers from Supermicrocomputer. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.